Back in 2023, I was a complete and utter loser. I was playing video games every single day. My room literally smelled. Like I was eating junk food in my room. Didn't open the windows, my doors were locked. The smell just retained in there. I was missing days of showering and brushing my teeth just so I could eat more junk food, just so I could play more video games. I'd be on this video game calling some of my online friends and I'd be screaming, disturbing everyone else in the house. I wasn't contributing to anything. I wasn't doing my chores. I didn't have any sort of life plan. Nothing was going for me. And as for my real life, it reflected that the types of people I was hanging around were basically the same as me. I was hanging around these, not to necessarily offend them. They weren't necessarily mean people, but losers. Playing video games all the time, didn't exercise. A lot of them were obese as well. And they didn't feel any shame for being fat at all. In fact, they made jokes about it. And I always saw these jokes. I always saw this vibe. And I always just thought, it's weird. I don't like it. These are my friends, but I just don't like it. And maybe you've experienced just actively being abused by your friends, like they are disrespecting you, shouting insults at you, embarrassing you in front of others. That's one type. But then there's even the more subtler type, where you aren't getting actively attacked by your own friends, but you feel like you're being ignored. You feel like even if you say something, it doesn't matter. You have no influence in the group. You feel like you aren't even a part of it, even though you're there near everyone else. You feel isolated in this weird way, and it sucks. Like imagine being this little boy in this group, and every single one of your friends doesn't even feel like a friend. That's how it was for me. And maybe you can relate a little bit. And this most commonly happens just because you can't make new friends. Exactly. You're kind of stuck with this group of friends that you had when you were little. Maybe you met them in school and you shared this weird bond just because you sat next to each other, and that's how you became friends. The end. You became friends just because you sat next to each other. And then because you kind of didn't want to make new friends, it would be kind of challenging. You ended up just sticking with this tight-knit group, and you basically just stayed with them for the rest of your life. You moved into the same high school because it was in your comfort zone. You kind of just stuck with them instead of meeting new people in the high school. That's what normally happens. That's what happened to me as well. But something happened to me. I got fed up of this group. I got fed up of this feeling of isolation. I didn't have anyone outside of school, since these guys were the types of people you only have a bond in within school. It's not like they invited me out to hang out outside of school. And I didn't do that either. It just didn't develop that far. The types of friends where you could literally ask them for a small favor. Could you please pass me that pencil? And they'd be like, no, do it yourself. How would I help you? Those types of people. I got fed up. I felt like these people were the types of people where if I were to be in trouble, they wouldn't help me at all. I could have a gun to my head, and the person holding the gun would say, I will spare you if one of your friends gives me £1. And none of them would do it just because they don't really feel like it. Those were the types of people I was associating with. you probably have the exact same experience, the exact same people you're hanging about with. That's what happened to me. And then I got fed up of it. I started self-improvement. I started going to the gym. I started meditating, gratitude journaling, doing all of this healthy stuff. And immediately my life took a complete turn, and I quickly realized, whoa, I'm way better than these people. I don't even feel like I can hang around with them. I'm like above their level now. There's no point in staying here where it's comfortable. So then I left that. I didn't necessarily like send this cringy text. I just started distancing myself. I stopped hanging around these types of people, like snakes, people who would betray you. And then because I was improving, and because I wasn't hanging around these bad people, I suddenly started finding myself surrounded by this blissful group of people who were actually trying hard in life themselves, who had a path ahead of them. Like now I have this bustling social life with people who will literally send me voice messages telling me how I should grow and how I should keep going and striving on this path. Imagine how helpful that is. Imagine you're in this period of time where maybe you aren't working as hard, you stopped doing your habits, you're starting to slack off. And these people literally send you a voice message, send you messages. Come on, Prince, get on the track of self-improvement. You can't fall off like this. Come on, get back to work, get back to it. And they're literally watching your progress and trying to pull you up. Imagine how beneficial that is. You will grow so much more with people like that, who will watch your development, who want you to do better, not these snakes who try and pull you down. That's what my life looks like so far. And I want you to get to the same stage where you can make these friends who actually care about you. I got to this stage simply by improving my social skills. It sounds very self-explanatory. I got better at socializing, I started talking to new people, and boom, I made new friends. You are in a situation, most likely, where you just can't make new friends. The thing you aren't meant to do, you aren't supposed to try and make your friends respect you. Your friends should already respect you. They're your friends. Unless you're actively like doing something that would make them not respect you, like you're jacking off all the time and they know about it, of course. But if you're sure of yourself, that you're doing the good habits, you're doing good things in life, you aren't just being a loser, and they still don't respect you, that just means you need to hang around new people. There are some people, no matter how good you get, you could be a multi-millionaire, you could be jacked, you could have the best physique, you could be good with women. These people will still disrespect you and still hate on you. Out of jealousy, out of envy, just because it's the nature of their person. Like they were just born like that. So there's no point in trying to convince them. You need to hang around new people. And to do that, you need to have the choice to make new friends. You can't just stay in this tight-knit group and just stay in your comfort zone. To get to this level where you can have this bustling social life, the prerequisite is that you are uncomfortable. You need to not hang around these people, which is already uncomfortable. Now you're alone. These were your friends, you aren't hanging around them now. You're alone now. But not only that, you also need to try and talk to new people, improve your social skills, start talking to more and more people, you start to meet new people, and then you start getting better to the point where you start making friends, brothers. Do you understand? And you can get to this level just by going outside and starting to talk to people. That's it. I actually made my first ever friend. I'm not going to call the other people who were literally pulling me down friends. So I made my first ever friend by literally going up to him and saying, "Hey, I think you look pretty cool. Do you want to hang out?" That was it. No like fancy line. I hadn't talked to him previously. I literally just asked if he wants to hang out. And that evolved into a friendship. I didn't even know anything about social skills at the time. That was the beginning. And I somehow managed to make a friend without any sort of cool line, without any studying. You don't need to look up all of this theory. You don't need to do all of that. You just need to go ahead and do it. I was looking up so much theory. I was looking up all of these videos, how to socialize, best way to socialize, watching hours of content on this one topic. But I never did anything. Until one day, I saw a video of someone in field, which basically means it was a video of him literally out and about, just talking to random people. And I saw this and I just thought, whoa, you can do that? You can just go up to random people and start a conversation and they'll enjoy it? I didn't know you could do that. So then I just closed the tab. I realized, why am I even watching all these videos? I can do it right now. I went outside, put my clothes on, and then I went outside and I just started talking to people. It's really that simple. Just go up, talk to new people, and the more you do it, the better you'll become. There's no fancy secret. You just need to do it a lot. It's gonna be scary the first few times, then it becomes easier. Just like any skill. So just keep hacking away at it. Go outside, talk to new people. And then if you talk to someone and you have a nice conversation, you can just say something like, oh, by the way, I'm going to go now. I'm quite busy, but that was a very nice conversation. Do you mind if I get your number? Maybe we can hang out again sometime. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need any sort of cool knowledge. You don't need theory. You just need to go ahead and do it. Because once you do that, bro, it's so easy. People want to be talked to. Do you know how, so many people are in the exact same situation that you're in. Everyone wants new friends. If you're the type of guy who's that, social extrovert, who's going up to people, hi, good morning, how's it going? Your shirt is very red today, what's up? You, dap him up. That brightens people's day. That, lightens them up. If you compliment someone, oh, bro, I like your hair. Dap them up. Bro, you'll just see the smile on their face just widen. People want to talk to you. You have to remember that. Go up, talk to everyone and anyone. And you'll easily start making friends. Easily. And if you want to do this quicker, with a literal blueprint made by me, getting daily calls by me where I literally guide you specifically to get to this stage even quicker, check out the top link in the description. It's a social protocol to get from level 0 of social skills to level 2, where you can talk to anyone at any time, no matter what. Remember, consistency is over a lifetime. Bye-bye.